You're watching Channel 7, WKBW-TV, Buffalo. It's 11 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
Western New Yorkers are protesting a controversial NASA launch. Good evening, I'm Jean Hill.
And I'm Steve Boyd. Our top story tonight, an all-night vigil is taking place in the nation's capital to demonstrate against tomorrow's launch of the space probe Cassini. The controversy is over the plutonium being used to power the probe, and it's launching protests in Florida and here in Western New York. Eyewitness News reporter Joanna Passeri is in our data center now with the latest.
Steve, the space probe Cassini is on the launch pad in Cape Canaveral tonight, but unlike most NASA missions, this one isn't viewed with excitement, but instead with fear as the countdown to liftoff continues. If all goes well, Cassini will blast into space just before dawn tomorrow. It's one of NASA's costliest and controversial missions because this probe is powered by 72 pounds of plutonium.
People united will never be defeated.
That has fired up anti-nuclear groups all across the country. Protesters marched in front of the White House in hopes of getting the president to stop the launch. And signs went up right here in Buffalo, calling for no nukes in space.
This is the biggest amount of plutonium that they're ever going to send into space. And I think the most ever before has been about 3 or 4 pounds. This is 72 pounds of plutonium. And 1 pound evenly distributed across the Earth can basically wipe out life.
NASA claims the mission is safe and important to science. 7 years from now, in 2004, the spacecraft will arrive in Saturn to explore the planet for 4 years. A small probe will parachute into the atmosphere of Titan, one of Saturn's moons.
I'd like to see if we've got lakes and waterfalls of ethane or other organics, maybe even icebergs. Who can tell?
As the final countdown for the space probe nears, protesters in Florida have left their posts near the launch site. They say they don't want to be around if there's an accident as the Cassini begins its journey into space. NASA scientists say they are so sure tomorrow's launch will be safe, they have invited their families to watch. They say exploration on Saturn's moon may provide answers to fundamental questions of how life began on Earth. Jean?
Thanks, Joanna.